Mangakas have to be some of the most talented people of all time. I have big respect for every single artist who is able to create these well expanded and intricate storylines and draw exceptionally well. Like, no kidding, I'd give my firstborn child to Murata, cause that boy can draw curves, goddamn. Most mangakas are quiet and reserved. They carry themselves well, they're professional. However, like everything, there's always that one rotten apple in the apple tree. But this apple ain't rotten, dog. This apple is a straight up devil fruit. Bro is nothing like you people. And who am I referring to? I am referring to a mangaka who is just straight up odd. Some may say unhinged even. And that mangaka is Tatsuki Fujimoto. The man who created one of my favorite mangas of all time is a straight up nutcase, which would make sense cause when you're reading his work, only a crazy guy can come up with this. Actually, I think calling him anything but unhinged is a understatement. Dude created one of the greatest characters in fiction history, Makima. Fujimoto in the past has stated that the inspiration for Makima comes from several characters, Haruko from Fooly Cooly and Benton from Eccentric Family. But there's another basis of inspiration that he details in an author comment where he talks about the ideal woman. When Fujimoto was in college, he'd ride his bike to school, basically commuting to school. And there was this one time where a girl who used to tease him and pick on him flips his bike over while laughing at his face. And listen, you can call me a racial slur, you can bully me, you can say I'm not Makima's strongest soldier, you know, whatever, right? But pushing my bike down? I'm about to get misogynist. To add to that, he states that he loves assertive women and wants women to be in higher positions. Sounds like a certain redhead. But that's just a tip of the iceberg. Now we get into this man's Twitter account. Now this man's Twitter account is absolutely bonkers. Some may call it wacky even. Funny enough, Fujimoto was actually almost sued by his editor regarding his Twitter account. So the story goes is that Fujimoto's Twitter account has literally on the outside no indication that it's Fujimoto himself. Now the account is named Nagayama Koharu. The reason for this being his name is that Fujimoto is role-playing as his own imaginary sister. Yes, imaginary. Role-playing. His make-believe sister. Blood does not have a sister in real life. Now at the time, cause this happened quite a while ago, everybody didn't know Fujimoto was Koharu. The account was suspended because Koharu was too young. So to prove that Koharu was of age, Fujimoto literally just posted Chainsaw Man concept art leaks to verify that he was Fujimoto, that he was of age. But his editor was apparently unaware that this Koharu account was Fujimoto himself and were astonished like, what the fuck? How is this person getting all this fucking Chainsaw Man information? And so they almost sued Biggest Bro. And there was also this one time that he also ate his pet fish. Yeah, this is just not like allegations, this is not like allegedly, no. This shit came from his author comment from his second one-shot collection, which details what happened. Until age 24 or so, I lived with my girlfriend in a 15,000 yen apartment in Yamagata. The people around us were kind and would give us fruits and vegetables. So while we didn't have much, I think we ate a well-balanced diet. Even though we were poor, we had a pet Japanese rice fish. I found it dead one summer. I went to toss his body into the trash like in Parasite, but my girlfriend said she wanted me to bury it. So off I went to the park alone. I tried to bury it under this big tree, but the ground was too hard. My hands got all dirty, and I had no hole to show for my effort. Out of options, I figured I would pretend I had buried the fish and left it lying there on top of the ground. As I watched it for a little while, ants found the body and began trying to carry it away. I'm not sure what came over me, but in that moment, love for that pet fish welled within me for the first time. I brushed the ants away and then I ate it. What the fuck? The next day, I had an upset stomach, and when my girlfriend suggested it was something I'd eaten, I came up with some lie to cover up the fact that I'd eaten our pet fish. I've had people get mad at me many times throughout my life, and when I'm scared of that, the lies just spill out. Most of the time, I get caught in them, but that time, I didn't. That brings us to now. The memory of lying to my girlfriend is far stronger than the guilt of eating our pet fish. Please allow me to confess my sins here. With Fujimoto, I think he's a new breed of manga authors where they have digital footprints because there's so many of this man. There was this time that he tried to fucking levitate, and no, I don't know the context, but he apparently did.
今から浮きます。
And at the end of the day, Fujimoto is so successful, but I think it has something to do with his mindset. With Fujimoto, his mindset was basically that if he didn't get better than his peers in 4 years, he would kill them. He's literally me. And the last thing that I will cover about Fujimoto has to be one of, if not the most disturbing and unnerving thing that a person has ever done. So, disclaimer. Now, for some reason, God knows why he would do this. Back in 2015, Fujimoto for some reason was pretending to be Filipino on Pixiv. Pixiv is a website where you post artwork of the wholesome all the way to the lewd variety. And there's this account that was only active back in 2015 where Fujimoto pretends to be a Filipino student studying Japanese. Now, there's not much to confirm that this account belongs to Fujimoto himself. However, look at this picture and tell me the art style isn't Fuji's. And also more times where he has entered in amateur drawing contests under an alias or a different name, but at the end of the day, he still gets caught in 4K, so yeah. So with me explaining all of this, it just shows how base and how real as fuck Fujimoto is. And I gotta say something, Enough time has passed. Fujimoto over Oda. What I have learned over the years when consuming art and media is to just appreciate greatness. Separate the art from the artist. Like, your favorite artist or musician isn't perfect. Michael Jackson was light-skinned, Biggie was fat, Miura was an Idolmaster fan, and Fujimoto is a goldfish-eating Filipino anomaly. But he's our anomaly, and we love him. She my psycho champion, she just my remedy. She don't wanna get too close like an enemy. She my psycho champion, she just my remedy. She don't wanna get too close like an enemy. Just a walking red flag, but I'll never